computer. All righty. Guys, I'm super, super excited to have this call with you guys. We have Jeff Matthewson, who is on the corporate team, joining us today, and he is so graciously giving us his time to walk our team through what it takes to reach Premier and Elite. And I know that there are a lot of you guys who are, a little bit newer, and some of you are older, and you are afraid about setting these goals. So I think this is just going to be a really good opportunity for you to get your brain around what it actually takes to reverse engineer these goals and make them come to fruition for the end of the year. And it'll help you break down whether or not this is something you want to work towards. So I am super, super excited to kick this over to you, Jeff. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Wow, look at that intro, Courtney. We should get you working for like our events team. You can do all the intros at Summit, because that was pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, this whole coaching thing doesn't work. Of course it's going to work out. It always does. This is a fun thing to be doing, right? Guys, I'm excited to be on the call. Courtney invited me on. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, definitely. I'm there. I'm all over it. And hoping something that I share today resonates or strikes a chord or helps in some way. If it doesn't, message me and say, dude, that was just way off. What else you got? But I just appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. I see Matthew. Sorry, man. I called you Matt, but I'm going with Matt. That's what everybody calls me with my last name anyway. Matt's driving in the car, listening in, and I'm sure people are, whether you have kids or not, it's almost dinner time out there, or you got the kids, and just a lot going on. So I appreciate you taking the time out to be on this call. I know that it takes some sacrifice, it takes some planning, so I appreciate it. And again, I hope something that I share either resonates or just helps you remember something about why you do what you do. And we'll talk Elite and Premier. We're going to get a little numbers heavy with Elite, because what I want to do is kind of paint the roadmap for Elite here. And I will preface it by saying this, and we're like, oh, that guy's so boring. It's such boring training. But one of my goals today is to help you understand Elite and Premier and just eliminate any of the misconceptions or roadblocks that we might have. Is it too hard? What does it take to get there? What does it even mean? Like, is this just some title that I get added to my Beachbody resume or what? So we'll talk about that. But I want to invite you guys, including Mackenzie, who's got her Beats headphones on, jamming out right now, right? No, she's not. If you guys have any questions anytime about anything I share or about a Premier, Elite, about Beachbody, anything, feel free to drop them in the chat box, or seriously unmute yourselves and just interrupt me. Like, seriously, say, hey, Jeff, I got a question in the middle of my sentence. I won't be offended, because I'm known to do this a lot. Okay? So we're going to get rolling, because I know time is of the essence, but I'm glad to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. And my job here at Beachbody is to work with our Northeast region leaders. Okay, so I work primarily with our 8-star to 15-star diamond coaches, but pretty much anyone in the region too. Our team, I know several of you probably know Lacey Larson, who's our associate sales manager. She works with our diamond to 2-star diamond coaches. And Kevin Shaw, who works with our 3-star to 8-star diamond coaches. We're the Northeast team. And I don't know if everybody's in the Northeast region or not. If you're not, there's a corporate team for your region, and we can get you in contact with them. But if you guys ever need anything at all, you don't think you have to be a certain rank to work with us or get questions answered, hit us up. We want to make sure that we are helping make this coaching thing and this business opportunity and this business that you own more enjoyable, easier to do, more understandable, whatever it is. Ruby? Ignore the fact that I'm wearing a hat today, because we just did our workout at lunch and I got crazy hair. So you either get this or this. So we're going to go with this. All right? Yeah, thanks, Mackenzie, for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. So, guys, couple things. One is an announcement. Team Beachbody Cup. If you're registered and on a team, good for you, gold star. If you're not on a team yet, it's okay. You still have time to get on a team. And the reason I say that is just not so we can have a bunch of teams doing whatever. Guys, Team Cup is a proven business driver. Okay, is it fun? Are there some cool prizes involved? Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But it's proven to drive stimulation and growth in your volume, in your organization, and really, I think more so, instill some of those habits with your newer coaches and, frankly, some of your tenured coaches and ourselves, you and me included, okay, in just getting into those habits that it takes to be a successful entrepreneur with Beachbody. And I say entrepreneur because I will mix, the coaching side of it, but business owner as well, okay? And yes, I'm throwing out. I love that Josie said one goal start for Josie. That's awesome. But again, Team Beachbody Cup. Some of you may be thinking like, wait, what is that thing? It's okay. I'm going to drop a link here that has all the info. And remember what I said earlier. If you have any questions about anything, hit me up at any time. Okay, so watch this little ditty in the chat box. Matt, don't watch the chat box. You drive, we'll get it to you. I like Matt. That has all the deets, and I'm sure that Courtney can hook you up with some other info. Outside of that, before I talk about Premier and Elite, normally I like to take time to get to know you guys, but I know time is of the essence, and I feel really bad that like the time that I arranged with Courtney is like right by dinner time. So I'm going to try to be not brief, but I want to be respectful of your time. So, couple things. I just want to reiterate. I've been in the health and wellness, direct sales industry, whatever you want to refer to it as, for about 10 years. I know I'm a young buck still. I'm still, a spring chicken a little bit, but I've been around the block in terms of this industry, okay? And I've seen companies come and go. I've done PR and marketing research. Like I've studied other companies, and whether it's their comp plan or their product offering. And there's a lot of good companies that are similar to us, okay, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's a direct selling company, whatever, that are good. But I will tell you this, and I'm not saying this just because I work at corporate, I work for Beachbody, and I have to. Trust me, I'll be real with you. I've never seen a company be so truthful and stand behind what it believes in, and that is helping people change their lives, okay? Are there some cool rewards and some payouts and benefits and recognition and sweet stuff that comes your way? Absolutely. With any job there is, okay? My corporate job here, we have some, I don't know, what do I have? Like there's a Beachbody guitar. That's a cool gift to have. Anyways, we all have those cool perks, but I will tell you this, we don't get away from the core of what we do, and that's helping people, okay? And that's changing lives. I know it sounds a little cliche and a little Disney, but if you're ever struggling, if you're ever wondering like, oh man, well, I don't know if I'm in the right place, I don't know if this is for me, remember why you do this or what got you started, okay? And that can just drive you and push you through. I want to let you know you're in the right place, okay? We're not going anywhere, and 5 years from now, we're still going to be here kicking butt and taking names, and 10 years from now, we're going to be doing the same thing. You're in the right place. Now go and do what you do best, and that's help people, okay? And we're going to do all we can to make it easier on you, okay? Christina, Disney, right up in your alley. Oh, yes, I personalized this training already. You're welcome, Christina. So, Premier and Elite. You ready to rock and roll? Okay, I am going to send Courtney a couple of resources. I'll also post them here in the chat box, and Matt will look at these later on. So, I've done Zooms while driving too, dude. I know how it goes. But I'm going to say this. As we talk about Elite and Premier, again, my intention about that today is, one, hopefully paint a picture that it is doable and it is achievable. I don't care if you're a brand new coach. Who here has been a coach actually less than 3 months? Matt, winner. 2 gold stars for him, Courtney. I don't know what those mean, dude, but you can redeem them for something. Okay, who's been a coach for over a year? Yeah, there's my crew. All right. Okay, that's good. You're still brand new too. How many been doing it 2 years? Oh, man, I like this group. The reason I say you're all brand new too is because look at things in terms of a business, okay? How many of you have this on your desk or in your lap or safely tucked away under the seat of your car and not being used? Okay. Or do you have a Mac? I'm doing this on a Mac currently. Maybe you have, I don't know what else they have. They have like glasses now and stuff, or a watch. Point is, guys, these guys are one of the biggest, baddest, most well-known companies on the planet, but it hasn't always been that way. It's taken them 60-plus years to get to that point. The reason I say that is whether you just, look, someone just joined the call and their name literally is iPhone. Proof! Okay? It took these guys a long time to get where they're at, and they had to fail, and they had competitors come at them, the Android, the word processor when they had computers. You get the point. They've gone through a lot, and they've weathered the storms, and they pushed forward. I'm telling you, whether you've been doing this a year, you've been doing it for 3 months, or however long Matt's been doing this, okay, you're just getting started. Give yourself some credit and give yourself some time to put in the effort and see the results, okay? But I can tell you from working with a ton of leaders, they've gone for Premier and Elite that have just aimed to maybe replace an income or cover the cost of your shake or whatever it is. It takes time and it takes some work. but stay true to the process, and you'll be pretty impressed with where you can get with this thing, okay? The reason I say that is because with Elite and Premier, you can get caught up in the numbers a lot. If you're pushing for this
you're going to have to figure out what to do.
And they agree, okay? They agree. It's all good. It happens all the time. But I will say this, as you're pushing for Premier, can't unmute me. I was just going to say, as you look at Premier and Elite, if you want to make this one of your goals, or some coaches on your team want to make it a goal, don't get so caught up in the numbers. The numbers are good and they're important benchmarks to help us gauge where we're going and what we're doing. But remember why you're doing this and why it's enjoyable and why it's fun, okay? But the Elite and Premier program is designed, again, to drive growth, to drive retention, to drive long-term sustainable results within your team and your business, okay? So if you're wondering, well, why should I go for Premier and Elite? Yeah, there's a ton of cool rewards. I mean, we get jackets. You get early registration for all of our events. You get invited to all these exclusive events and parties. You get to be part of exclusive test groups when we launch a new product. Speakers at Summit or National Wake-Up Call, if you ever heard those. Like, you need to be an elite coach or a Premier coach or, actively doing this thing, be able to, have your stake in the ground with that. There's a lot of other reasons. There's obviously some commissions involved. There's a yearly elite bonus where you can earn $500 a month for just being an elite coach in the top 200. Okay. I'm not going to say why you should do it because you're on this call because you're thinking about going for Premier or Elite. I want to be in a test group so bad. Well, Mackenzie, it's time to hit Elite then. I'm just kidding. We don't always just do Elite coaches. I'm not saying that. But it's kind of a fast track to do it. So let's start with this. Elite and Premier. Whatever you decide you want to go for, if you want to go for either of these, I'm telling you, the key to this is to start now. Start early in the year and to push forward, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. And Matt might get a little lost because I know he's driving, but I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm going to break down what it takes to get to Elite and to Premier. And some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, so many numbers. Some of you are going to be like, oh, this makes sense. Trust me. Any of you know who Meg Wazinski is? She's a coach from Ohio. She's a 15-star diamond coach. She's a 5-time elite coach. And literally, guys, a couple weeks ago, she was asking me, how do I get to elite again? Like, don't think you have to know this back and forth. It's okay, okay? And there's no dumb questions, so feel free to ask. So we're going to rock and roll. I am going to drop this in the chat box if you want to pull it up on your you're welcome to pull it up. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it, but it's something we call the Elite Goal Guide, okay? And this is a guide that's designed to help you track your progress to Elite or Premier. There is a Premier Goal Guide, and I will give it. I don't have it readily handy right here, but I will send this to Courtney if you want to share this with the group. If you decide, well, Premier, that's what I want to go for this year. That's great, guys. Last year, we only had 48 Premier coaches out of 400,000 of them in the network, or 500,000, however many now, and we had 210 elite coaches. Now, don't let that scare you, because it's doable. Remember what I said? Anybody can do this if they set their mind to it, okay? So I'm going to pull up on my screen this guide. Anybody bored yet? This is going to be so fun, so fun. All right. Okay, can you guys see this on the screen? Matt, don't thumbs up. Oh, Matt did. Look, he's stopped now. He's good. He's at a stoplight. Okay. He's gonna be like, I hate this guy. I've never come on to training again with him. So this is the Elite Goal Guide, my friends. It looks like a lot. I'm going to simplify it for you. Again, this is to help you set goals and to track throughout the year your progress towards Premier and Elite. Okay? Now, to be an elite coach, I'm going to talk Elite first and I'll talk Premier, because there's actually not a lot of differences in terms of what it takes to get there. You'll see up here at the top, to be an elite coach, there are 3 requirements. Now, some of you are going to be like, well, look at all those bullet points and all that. Don't stress it. I'm going to simplify the heck out of this for you, okay? So for you to be an elite coach this year, at the end of the year, okay, just one time in December, and what I mean by one time is for one Thursday, one bonus week in December, you need to be an active 5-star diamond coach or higher. If some of you are like, holy crap, I'm not even a diamond yet, or holy moly, I'm just a coach right now. What did I say? Anyone can do this if they set their mind to it. I've seen coaches go from a brand new coach to elite in 6 months. I've seen them do it quicker. Fortunately, you guys have an entire year, okay? So if you want to do it, let's do it. Well, let's start now. Why, and I'll say this too. Sorry, I'm ranting a little bit. I would rather, and this is a little, I guess, I don't know, conceited on my part that I want this for you, but I would much rather have a coach or a leader that pushes themselves and sets a high goal and falls short than someone that doesn't set it or doesn't go for it because they're afraid to fail or they're afraid of how it's going to feel when they just fall short, right? You'll get so much further ahead of where you could actually go if you just put your mind to it and stretch yourself a bit, okay? Rant over, back to the numbers. Here we go. So, end of the year, first requirement to be an elite coach. You need to be a 5-star diamond coach or higher. If you're not sure what that is, we'll talk more, okay? And there's something in the chat. I want to make sure that it's not a question. Oh, we got a, is that a hand raise? Oh, wait, no, hold on. You have a whole year, Amy? Okay, sorry. I got lost in the chat. I was making sure there wasn't a question. So let's go to this second requirement, okay, to be an elite coach. The second requirement to be an elite coach, let me get rid of this little chat box, sorry guys, is this. In 2017, you need to help 2 of your coaches that you bring on to your team achieve the rank of diamond for the first time. Now, for those that have been doing this a year, let's say you brought in a coach last year in 2016 or even 2013. You know, if you're a coach around there, if anybody watches this recording, as long as they go diamond for the first time this year, that would count towards your 2 that you need for elite. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a coach you bring on in 2017. They just need to hit diamond for the first time in 2017. Does that make sense? Awesome. Look, Mackenzie's like, oh, yeah, I got this. All over those diamonds. Okay. Now, the third requirement to be an elite coach. This is easy so far, right? You're like, yeah, dude, really? But it's doable. Anybody can do this if you set your mind to it. Third one is this. You need to earn a total of 135 elite points. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, what are those points? How do I get them? Where do they come from? I'm going to explain that here in a second. Before I do that, I want to talk, I'm going to jump over here and talk Premier real quick with you. Okay, to be a Premier coach, it's similar to elite. There's not as many rewards, okay, and there's not the elite bonus and, you know, certain perks, but there are some benefits of being a Premier coach. Like I said earlier, registration, invites to exclusive events, parties, test groups, swag, I mean, elite jackets, you name it. There's a ton of, it's good to be Premier, trust me. With Premier, there's only 2 differences between elite and Premier, what you need to do. The first is this. You remember this first requirement I said about 5-star? To be a Premier coach, it's the same thing except it's 2-star diamond. By the end of the year, you need to be a 2-star diamond coach, okay, for just 1 week in December, okay? That's one difference. You do need to help 2 people get to diamond, so that makes sense. If you're trying to get to 2-star diamond, well, I'm going to have to help 2 people get to diamond because that's how I do that, right? And again, if some of you are like, I'm newer to this, I don't even know what all these diamonds and rubies and sandpaper and blocks and stuff mean, I get it. Don't stress it. It'll make sense, okay? The other difference with Premier is this. With those 135 points, you can earn those points from any of the 4 categories I'm going to share. Now you're like, oh, we didn't talk about them yet. I'm going to refer back to this, okay? But it's still 135 points. Now, I'm going to show you how you earn your elite points, okay? This is where it's all going to kind of come together, and hopefully there's some light bulbs of, I can do that. Yeah, that's within reach. Okay, any questions so far? Like, yes, we're good, dude. You don't have to talk so slow. We're smart. I know you're smart, but just making sure we're good. Okay, so check this out. This is how you can earn elite points towards your 135 points you need to be elite, okay? There are 4 ways to do this. The first one is this, category 1, okay, that you can see on the screen right now. This bad boy right here, okay? You earn 1 elite point towards your 135 that you need to be an elite coach or Premier every time you help one of your coaches that you signed up last year or this year hit Success Club, which I think is the case for everyone. If you're only a year old, all of your coaches should be from last year and this year. Okay, so let's do an example. Let's say Mackenzie is my coach, okay, and Mackenzie signed me up in January, and let's say January, I hit it hard and I hit Success Club. I hit Success Club 5, and it doesn't matter. I could hit Success Club 8 or 6 or 10 or 5,000. It doesn't matter. As long as I hit Success Club, Mackenzie would get 1 elite point for that, okay? Here's the kicker. That seems like, well, crap. I need 135 of those, dude. I got a year, and I just got 1. Like, that took a lot of work. When you, as the coach, let's say Mackenzie hits Success Club in the same month as me, we double those points. So when I hit Success Club, if Mackenzie hits it 2, she actually gets 2 points because I hit Success Club. So if you can help 2 to 3 people a month hit Success Club, and if that seems out of reach, start now. Aim for 1. And the next month, get to a 2, and let's build up. But if you can help 2 to 3 people a month hit Success Club and you hit it 2, that's 6 elite points in 1 month, guys. You're well on your way to having those 135. I know, easier said than done. Does that make sense how you earn points there? Go ahead. I love that. Raise the hand. Look at the politeness. I love it.
Okay, so I just did the math. So that I see that it says you max out at 50. So that means basically you can get 4 points max a month. So let's say, I don't know, I have 2 people hit it, and then, or actually, yeah, I had 2 people hit it, then I hit it that month, so that's 4 points right there. So if I go over it, basically the other points don't count, correct?
Good question. And man, 10 points for you. I'm glad you said that. So you'll notice here, guys, on these categories, how it says max 50 points. Each of these categories has a max that you can earn when you're going for elite, okay? The reason for that is we want people to build a solid foundation of not just recruiting and helping people hit Success Club, but duplicating, helping others do the same, helping your customers too, right? So we don't want all your elite points to just come from one category. So there are some caps that when you cap out of that, you need to earn your elite points from these other categories I'm going to share. So good question. Now, I mentioned earlier there was 2 differences with elite and premier, and there was a difference with the premier points, okay? With premier, these caps that you see where it says max, those don't exist. So you could get all of your 135 premier points from category 1 from Success Club if that's what you wanted to do, okay? And if that's what you want to do, okay, if you hit Success Club every month this year, what do you need to help? You need to help 68 people, not 68 different people, but 68 times during the year, have 68 people hit Success Club, okay? Because when you hit it and they hit it, that doubles, that's 136 right there. That's where it's like numbers like, oh my gosh, what did you just say? I just got lost in that equation, okay? The thing to remember, elite has these caps of the points that you can earn. Premier does not, okay? Does that help with the question? I probably just made it clear as mud, I'm sure. Okay, any other questions? I will say this. This guide has 2 pages. This one is just an example of numbers that you could plug in. Down here has a blank one. So you can go and plug in your numbers and track it and set goals for the month, okay? I just got an okay. Okay, that's good. So we're going to go to category 2 if we're good. So basically help coaches hit Success Club. You get an elite point. When you hit it, it doubles. Okay? All righty. Category 2. This is fun, right? That's one roadblock out of the way. All right. The second way you can earn elite points towards your 135 elite points is this. This one's fun. You earn, as a coach, 1 elite point every time your coaches generate 500 points of cumulative volume. Wasn't so bad, right? So we're going to do an example. Let me stop sharing my screen here for a second. Now, let's say our girl, Josie, sorry about the hand, hopefully it's just like carpal tunnel or something, nothing broken, okay? Let's say Josie here is a rock star coach, which you know she is. Now, for those that don't know me, you're going to learn that I'm a big dork, but this helps me remember stuff using dorky things. I brought a couple of my friends from my childhood on the call to help explain this category. Matt probably remembers these. Baseball cards. Awesome, right? All right. So we're going to play a little game here. Now, Josie is our coach here, okay? And let's say Josie is just killing it with recruiting, and this year, 2017, okay, this only applies to 2017 coaches. The last category was 2016 and 17, okay? This category is designed to help you bring on new people, keep the team fresh, and get new blood and new leaders going, right? So let's say Josie this year in January, or maybe it's January and February, whatever, okay, doesn't matter. She signs famous shortstop for the New York Mets, Mookie Wilson, okay, is one of her coaches. Congrats, awesome coach, just killing it. She also brings on Roberto Kelly from the New York Mets, or Yankees, sorry, and my favorite, Dickie Tone from the Philadelphia Phillies. She signs up these 3 coaches, okay? Now, let's say Mookie ordered a challenge pack that was 130 points. And I know these points aren't really accurate with challenge packs, okay? But it's easy math. Trust me, I'm trying to make it easier. So 130 points there with his challenge pack that he got for himself. Okay, let's say Roberto got a challenge pack that's 120 points. And then Dickie here, man, he got a challenge pack for himself and then one for a customer. 250, okay? You add those 3 together, 250, 120, 130 equals 500 points, right? When that happens, that gets our coach, our awesome coach Josie, with, unfortunately, the carpal tunnel, 1 elite point, okay? Now, let's say these guys continue to kill it and they help customers get product or whatever. That volume, those points are just generating another 500. Okay, so 1 point for the first 500. When she gets to 1,000, there's another elite point. So here's the kicker. Let's say our girl Josie continues to kill it, and she signs up another coach in January, Miguel Garcia from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He gets a challenge pack for 150 points. Great. Now you're at 650. See how that works? The point is, if she didn't bring on anyone else in January, it's okay. February, let's say she brings on Danny Darwin from the Houston Astros. Okay? That's going towards the volume. And every month, these guys continue to get Shakeology because they're loving the product, they're having a good experience with it, they're getting results. That volume continues to generate throughout the year towards another 500. So people ask, well, how can I really get my elite points here? Which you'll see, like our girl, where'd she go? Who brought it up? Oh my gosh, was it Shelby or Sandy? I can't remember. No, Christina brought up the question about caps, right? You'll see that the max here that you can earn for elite points is 50, okay? So when coaches ask me, okay, well, how many coaches should I be trying to bring on and helping them get volume? It depends on what they order, right? But if you're bringing on 2 coaches a month, 2 to 3, it's going to put you in pretty good contention. Now, if you're not there yet, it's okay. If you are, great. Keep it up. You got a whole year to go elite. So start early in the year. Find these coaches early in the year because the whole year, as they continue to have these great experiences and build their own teams, volume is being generated for elite points for you. And that sounds selfish. It's not, because this is all about the team, right? The team is going for elite. But kind of puts it into perspective, the earlier you can start, the more points you can build up front. Okay, that was a long-winded explanation. I'm sorry. Are there questions on how you earn points in this category? I'll put the goal guide back up. We're not too bored yet with the numbers, right? Okay, we're actually getting pretty close here. So stick with me, crew. All right. So that's the second way you can earn elite points. Looks like there's something in the chat. Let me just make sure. Good here. Is there a max per month in any category if it's still under the total max? There's not a max per month, no. If you, let's say you earned 50 points from that category in 1 month, great. That's pretty impressive. Okay, if you're helping 25 people hit Success Club, you're hitting it too, you're probably going to be a top 10 coach, I'm just saying. So, and in fact, you will definitely be a top 10 coach, I'll say that. Okay. The third way that you earn elite points towards your 135 is this. I got to find where I can scroll. That's Melanie Mitro's stuff. That's actually Courtney stuff there. I don't know if Mel's even doing that. No, just kidding. She does sometimes. She's good. But also, let me say this, guys. If you met Melanie, like, She's the biggest introvert, shy person you will meet. But she just shows up every day, and she does her challenge group, she does her posts, and she just has her time managed really well. That's what she says is how she makes things work. That's what I'm saying. You guys can do this. Now, I'll say this too. You don't have to be an elite coach today. You don't have to be an elite coach tomorrow or next week or in 6 months. At the end of the year, that's when the deadline is, okay? But even if you don't get it this year, remember how we were talking about the coaches you bring on in 2016 count towards the Success Club category? Elite can be a 2-year program. Not that it takes 2 years, yeah, but in the sense of everything you're doing this year, you're building for next year too. And then what you do next year is building towards the next year. That's why Elite and Premier is so cool, because it doesn't just help you see success and get rich quick now. It helps you build a long-term sustainable business, which to me is huge. That confidence and that sustainability. Rant over, back to the numbers, okay? All right. Third way that you earn elite points. I want you to look at it in simple terms. The exact same way as category 2, but with customers. This is new to this year, okay? Because it's important to get those challengers and those customers, right? If someone's not wanting to be a coach or isn't ready to be a coach, great. Keep helping them on their journey and having them have a good experience with one of the programs in Shakeology, and whether it's losing weight or toning up or, I don't know, getting their blood sugar count down, whatever their goals are. We want to incentivize and push that, 'cause that's an important part of what we do. So essentially you earn elite points here, and you'll notice the max here, it's a little lower, it's 25, okay? But you earn 1 elite point for every 500 points of volume that your customers generate. Same thing that we did here with the coaches, but it's customers, okay? Now, if we look at the max is 25. You can max out in this category pretty quick. But here's the cool thing that I love about this category too. More often than not, and let's do this. How many people on this call right now, before you were a coach, started as a customer or a challenger? I love doing this because it's like the majority of people, okay? Guys, that's how it starts. And so these customers that you bring on, if they become a coach, not if, when, okay? When they become a coach, then they'll start counting towards category 2. So you're kind of double dipping in terms of, well, the customer PV is getting me an elite point. And when they become a coach, now they're in that category 2 elite point category, okay? Christina says, question, like personal volume if you refer to customer. So if you have a customer that just orders on your account, that would be customer volume. Or look at it this way. I'm going to simplify it. Any volume that you get from a customer.
So PV. So basically like my PV. Yeah. Okay.
But.
Except not what I buy, just what they buy.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw Mackenzie's note. I said no max for Premier. Yes, no max on Premier. So on these categories, again, you could get all 135 points from your customers. You could just slay it and have a ton of customers and challengers, and you could have your 135 points. But with Elite, you have to get the points from these 4 categories, okay? You guys are good. Seriously, I've done these for teams that have a bunch of, and again, rank's not everything to me. It's not that important, but that have been doing this for years, and they are like, wait, what? Huh? You guys are good. This is great. We're eliminating the roadblocks, trying to paint a picture of how we get there. Let's go to this 4th one. And then we're almost done, and then you don't have to hear my monotone voice anymore. The 4th way that you can earn elite points is through your team volume. So the volume that your team generates, okay? I'm going to explain how this works. So I'm going to preface it by saying, don't stress it. If you focus on those first 3 categories with your goals, ATV is going to fall in line. It's like 99.99% of the time always does. If you're one of those rare breeds, then you'll hear from me or Kevin at Lacey, and we'll get to that. But with you guys where you're also new, you're going to get points here quick. So here's how it works. Oh, I got to share my screen. Sorry. You're like, I don't see it, dude. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So you earn 1 elite point towards your 135 elite points every time, okay, You increase your team volume over last year's total by 10,000 points of volume. What? I'm lost. Explain that again. I'm going to. Okay, I've done this training plenty of times to know that everybody gets caught up on this part. So let's go back. Let's go to our guy Matt here. Okay, let's say, I know Matt, it's fairly new. So 2016, let's say Matt's team volume, and if you're wondering like, well, is that my whole team, or it's down, it's 3 levels down. So if I was Matt's coach, if Matt signed me up and I signed up Courtney, and then Courtney signed up Mackenzie, for Matt, those are 3 levels down, and then whatever they build out. Okay. So let's say Matt, at the end of 2016, the only number I want you to look at here is this number. Ignore these 200,000, 160,000. But let's say at the end of the year, Matt finished at 40,000 points of ATV, or team volume. Okay? Remember, you earn 1 elite point for every 10,000 above that in 2017. So when Matt in 2017 gets to 50,000, you get 1 elite point. 60,000, another elite point, and so on. Now, if you're thinking, well, shoot, that's going to take forever. I only have 40,000, now I got to get like 100-something thousand. You will be amazed at how ATV generates as you help people get into challenge groups and help people hit Success Club. I'm telling you, it falls into place. But when you get away from the 4 vitals, the team volume will suffer a little bit. But don't let this intimidate you. It's doable, especially where you guys are so new. Think about this. I mean, I don't think Matt generated 40,000 points in ATV. He's probably wondering, I don't even know what I did last year. But where you're so new, think about that. If you only had like 5,000 last year, this year, once you get to 5,000, everything above that, you're cranking out ATV points. Okay? So newer coaches like yourselves, everyone on this call, including Courtney, I love you, girl, but you're new. Okay? And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You guys can slay it in this ATV category. That's a huge advantage for you. Question?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Does every coach have a prior ATV, or is that only for people who have already qualified before?
Good question. Every coach, whether brand new or old, should have an ATV total. Now, you can see this in your back office. Okay. For those who are familiar with that, on the main tab, there's one for Elite. If you click that, it should show your final 2016 ATV total. Okay, and you should have got an email on it probably at the start of January. If you did not, reach out to me, Lacey or Kevin, and I can get that for you in like 2 minutes. But not even that. Like, I have a report, I can get it for you. But you should have it in your back office, and you should have got an email with it. And that'll basically be your baseline of where you want to go above this year. And again, it may be like 20 points. If you're a brand new coach and only ordered like 20 points of product last year, then great, you're way ahead of the game. We got some work to do. So jumping back to this, okay, or are there other questions? Sorry, I can only see like 6 of you right now. Okay.
Jeff,
yeah.
Sorry, I know that when you are a diamond and above, you get access to your monthly elite report. So if you're not a diamond, you can still access that information?
You should be able to in your back office.
Okay, cool.
Yep. When you go in the back, and I wish I could pull it. I'm going to do that on my future trainings. I'm going to pull it up and show you where you can see it. On that main screen, there's 4 tabs. I think one says like leadership ladder, one says something else, and then there's one that says elite. If you click that one, it should have everything for you. Now, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really easy. You just go to my business, qualifications, and then it just says elite and premier. And I'm not diamond anymore, so it came up for me.
You're a diamond in my eyes.
Oh, I was.
See, we made her feel good. Gold star for Jeff. Okay. So, and those are good questions, okay? And anytime, if you ever have questions like, I'm not following this, I'm just not seeing it, can you double check this? Hit us up, okay? Let's go back to Matt. I'm all about Matt here, okay? He's my guy. He's bringing up the dude level up to 2 people on this call here right now, so thank you. So let's say last year Matt had 40,000 points of ATV, like is shown right here. His minimum goal, and the reason I say minimum goal is because of this. Remember how there's caps in these other 3 categories? let's say, what did I say for ATV? Go and just slay it in these first 3 categories. So I'm counting on you to max out. You don't have to be elite, and I'm going to tell you how. But if you're maxing out in these categories, that's a good thing. So let's say he did, okay? Let's say Matt has 50 points coming from Category 1 from SC, okay? And then he also maxed out in Category 2 with the coach PSPV. And then the customer PV, remember, that was a max of 25. And again, with Premier, you could get it all from one category. It does not matter. Sorry, I keep looking down here. You're all down here. I need to look up here. If he maxed out in those categories, 50 plus 50 plus 25, those who are good at math, I'm not, but I've done this enough, it's 125 elite points. How many points do you need to be an elite coach? 135. So if you max out in these first 3 categories, your minimum goal is to have 10 points. You do that, you got 135. Now, Matt's at 40,000 last year. His minimum goal, you get 1 point for every 10,000 above that. His minimum goal should be to finish the year at 140,000 ATV points. Okay? 1 point for every 10,000. That's where that's coming from. I'll preface it with this, and guess what? We're all done with numbers after this. You're welcome. Let's say Matt didn't max out in one of the first 3 categories. Maybe he only had like 40 points from SC or something. You'll notice here with ATV, there's a max of 30 points. So you can make up some ground with your ATV if you fall short in these other categories. So if at times are in the year, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't get as many, I didn't get my 2 to 3 points for elite from that category this month. I'm not going to be elite. Yeah, you've got 11 months left in the year, okay? Don't give up. Refocus, recommit, and go, because you can make up some ground with the ATV. Okay. I just bored the heck out of you with elite and premier numbers. Oh, I got head shakes. Good. Again, this is designed to help show you, okay, this is how I get there. What kind of plan, goals do I need to get in place? Now, this goal guide, I'm just gonna send this all to Court. And Court, if you want to share it in the team, I'll send it a couple documents. I'm gonna send the elite goal guide. There's a goal guide similar to this one that is solely focused on Premier. So everything has changed to reflect Premier. Okay, it still reads the same way, but there's just some of the words and the examples of numbers for goals you could set are more reflective of Premier. I will also send you, I think it's like a 9-minute tutorial video. As you're doing PD, I'd encourage you to watch this. It's by Kim Carver, who's over our training and development, and he explains way better than I just did how to fill out this goal guide and use it to set goals. Okay? So I'll send those to you to use as resources. But I want to finish with, well, not finish. We're almost done, I promise. Now there's a lot of chat, so let me make sure there's no questions. I've not seen my previous ATV, so I'll be hitting you up. Josie, I look forward to it. I love stuff like this. Not boring. Diamonds can see this too. Should be able to. Yes, Courtney. And there's no such thing as a dumb question, Josie, unless you're asking me why my hair looks like that. It's a dumb question. Okay. What I want to finish up is with this. A lot of coaches always talk about, I want to be a top 10 coach, or I want to be in the top 200. Or you see maybe some of your coaches post, hey, we finished at number 80 this year, or 400, or whatever it is. There are 2 differences with elite points. And now you're going to be like, oh, I just had this whole elite thing. Now you're confusing it. I'm going to make it simple for you. I'm drawing a line. Imagine there's a line right down the middle of your screen. Over here are the elite points that you need to be elite, the 135, okay, or premier. On this side, there's something called, and you'll see this on the report we talked about on your back office, called Elite 10 points. These points are the points that we look at in terms of deciding rank in the company. So Melanie Mitro is the top coach based on these points over here, and I'm going to explain what they are. Not based on the 135. You just have to have those to be elite premier. With me so far? Okay. These points over here. These are the points that you're getting from those first 3 categories we talked about, from the SC category, from your coach's volume, and your customer's volume. But those points are uncapped. Okay? Again, we're separating the 135 you need for elite and premier. Uncapped points over here, meaning, let's say Courtney in the Success Club category, she maxed out at her 50 like in April or whatever. Whatever she continues to earn, because she's going to continue to help people hit Success Club and she's going to hit it too, those points will continue to grow and generate over here. So she may, at the end of the year, finish at like, I don't know, 200 elite points from the SC category. But only 50 of those can work towards the 135, right? And we base, so those uncapped points over here, we look at the total points, and that's how we determine the rank. Okay? I'm going to throw one more thing at you. And I promise, I'm trying to not muddy the water. I shouldn't have done this, but I know I'll get a couple questions on it. New to this year with the elite program, we want to reward coaches that are duplicating, they're helping other leaders build their teams and be successful. So you can actually earn more points over here, okay, on this side of the wall for your overall ranking. When you help, okay, any of your coaches advance to 1-star diamond through 5-star diamond during the year, you earn 25 points in this category. Here's an example, and don't shoot me for muddying the waters. Courtney is our coach. Here's our example. Let's say I'm the coach that she signed up this year, and I went from a brand new coach all the way to 3-star diamond at the end of the year. Well, to get to 3-star, I needed to be a diamond, right, or an emerald and a ruby and diamond or whatever. But when I hit 1-star diamond, that gave Courtney 25 points in this category, okay, with the ranking, not towards the 135 for elite, but just with the ranking. When I hit 2-star, another 25 points. When I hit 3-star, another 25 points. Now you may be thinking, well, 25 points, I mean, there's no way I'm going to catch Mitchell. Probably not. We're all so brand new. But I will tell you this, you're earning as many points from just helping me advance one rank as you would in the entire customer PV category. So it's big, okay? And you will jump. And so that's one way. And then also when you help a team leader in the leadership ladder advance, you get points there. I'm not going to expound on that because I really don't want to muddy the water. Go for the question.
Does Courtney still get those 25 points even if it's from a coach that signed up, say, last year?
Anytime.
Okay.
That's a great question. She gets the points, or you get the points with your coach when they hit 1-star diamond through 5-star diamond for the first time. Doesn't matter if I signed up in 2001. If I hit it for the first time this year, that's how it works.
Great. Thank you.
Good question. I'm glad you said that too. I need to clarify that. Okay. I wasn't going to include that last piece, but I always get questions. So I hope I didn't just do that, people. My invitation for you guys is this, and I went a little longer than expected, but so I appreciate you bearing through the grind here with me. Don't get so caught up in these numbers. One, it's not about these numbers. This goal guide and all these numbers and elite points, they're designed to help you plan and know your path to get to elite. But even getting to elite, guys, that if you're an elite coach, trust me, your business it's thriving and it is growing and it's going to be sustainable. That's the biggest thing. But don't get so caught up in, oh man, I need to just force one more coach through to be able to get that Success Club point. Like, remember why you do this and what's at the heart of it. If not, it's not going to become fun anymore. It's going to drive you too insane, and I don't want that. I want you to burn out. That's not cool. But I will say this. To be an elite or a premier coach, it's going to take some work, and it will take some planning, and I'm telling you, it will take some failure, and you'll have days where you want to cash in and give up. You'll have months when you want to, but you will have days and months when you're just slaying it and your team's moving and things happen. If not you guys, then who? If not now, then when? That's my invitation for you. If you want to be an elite coach, now's the time to start. If you want to be premier, now's the time to start. If you don't, just keep kicking butt and taking names and helping people change their lives. That's what I got. Any questions on anything? Anything I talked about or anything in general with Beachbody, if you're like, tell me about this, or I want to know about this. Stage is yours. I'm going to put my baseball cards away. Oh, there's some messages. Okay, hold on. For some reason it was full screen. I only saw the goal guide. Oh, oops. You didn't see the baseball cards? Oh.
No, you were talking about 25 points, and I figured it out eventually. It was great.
Oh, I was sharing my screen when I was doing the wall thing.
It's okay. No worries.
Unacceptable. No, unacceptable.
Jeff, thank you so much. We are a younger team for sure. I'm just about to hit my 2-year mark. So I think this is just, first of all, you are clarifying these things way better than I can. So I'm excited to hear from you. And I think, there are a lot of people with big goals who are willing to work, and it's just good to get clarity on what the possibilities are from someone who is actually seeing other people do this,
Totally. Yeah, and I'll be the first to admit, you guys know how to do this way better than we do at corporate, but everything that we share is what we've learned from coaches that have been there, that have been through the hustle, been through the grind. And that's what's cool. That's one and you'll notice in the chat, I just shared my Facebook page. If we're not connected, let's connect, because I want to, again, be able to answer questions or anything, or just see how awesome you guys are doing. But the best part about being with Beachbody, I would say, is the support and the network of both coaches, of corporate coaches, or whatever it is. Like you referenced Melanie Mitchell earlier. Guys, she's an open playbook. Like all of her business plan, and Lindsay Matway's or Miguel Carrasco's or Jamie Fitzpatrick's and what he's done, they've opened their playbooks. It's on our social media. It's on theirs. It's on YouTube. Like, it's cool to see people want others to be successful. It's not a cannibalistic dog-eat-dog fight. It's a team process, both within this team and the entire company. We're going to do some big things, and this team is going to be at the forefront of it. So thank you for letting me be on and taking way too much of your time. I'm sorry.
No, it was awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. And Matt, thanks for going from car to house, and you guys rock. So do I have short hair in my Facebook page? I do. I usually cut it like every 2 weeks, and I haven't cut it for 6 months because I don't know why. My little girl loves when I tickle her with it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to cut it soon. So Bombshell's right here. That's right. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you need anything, and go rock it. And I will send Courtney, I'll send you those documents to share with the group.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Bye. Have a good night.
See ya. Thanks, Matt.